Congratulations, you've made it. You've got the job, the title, the salary that makes your parents proud. 6 figures, business class once a year, maybe even a gym membership you don't use. And yet, somehow, you're still broke. Savings, gone. Debt, still growing. Stress, premium level. How is this even possible? Easy. Being broke in a high income job is an art, and today I'm going to teach you how to master it, step by step. Because contrary to what you've been told, making more money doesn't automatically fix your life. If you want to stay broke, even while earning more than most, just follow these 5 rules. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Inflate your lifestyle immediately. Got a raise? Good. Now upgrade everything. Your car, your phone, your rent, your dinner bills. Move to a nicer condo, buy that designer bag, start shopping like a TikTok haul influencer. Because what's the point of earning more if your spending doesn't flex it? Forget budgeting, forget priorities. Just spend based on vibes. New income should equal new expenses instantly. And don't stop there. Start calling everything a self investment. That $400 facial, confidence booster, that overpriced brunch, networking. Those impulse orders, retail therapy is mental health. And if you're ever unsure, just copy what people richer than you are doing without checking if their income is 10 times yours. You've earned the right to look wealthy even if you're still broke underneath. And when your paycheck disappears by the 5th of every month, just tell yourself you need another raise. Not less spending, but more income. Because the problem can't be you. It must be capitalism. Chapter 2. Ignore financial planning completely. You're too busy for spreadsheets, too tired for money talk, too cool to care. So don't track your spending. Don't automate your savings. Don't know where your money goes. Live in blissful ignorance. Taxes, hope for the best. Emergency fund, manifest it. Insurance, isn't that for old people? Pay yourself first. Sounds like something rich people say after they've made it. Just keep working, earning, and avoiding every adult financial decision like it's a virus. Because if you don't look at your money, maybe the problems won't exist. And when your car breaks down, swipe the credit card. When your parents need medical support, swipe again. Your entire plan is vibes, overtime pay, and hoping nothing bad ever happens. And if someone brings up retirement, laugh and say, that's future me's problem, which it will be, but not in a fun way. By then, you'll be 55, tired, broke, and Googling how to catch up on savings when you have none. But hey, at least you enjoyed your 30s. Chapter 3. Chase status, not freedom. You don't want peace, you want approval. So let your financial decisions be guided by what looks good, not what actually feels good. Take jobs for the title, buy clothes for the likes, say yes to every expensive dinner because networking. Join mastermind groups you can't afford. But hey, they come with a gold foil welcome kit. Never pause to ask, do I even want this? Does this align with my goals? Or am I just trying to prove something? Because slowing down to reflect might ruin the aesthetic. And the aesthetic is everything. Drive the car that impresses strangers. Wear the watch that screams, I've made it. Post the holiday even if you're anxious the whole trip. Because the goal isn't fulfillment, it's applause. And the applause feels great until it stops. And you're stuck with the bill, the debt, the burnout. But hey, at least your highlight reel looked amazing. Chapter 4. Mistake income for intelligence. Here's a classic. Because you make more, you must be doing everything right. You're financially savvy, you're crushing it. You don't need advice from some random dude on the internet. So no need to learn anything new, no need to reflect, no need to ask for help. Just assume more income equals more wisdom. Even if you've got no savings, even if your debt is ballooning, Even if your only investment is your iPhone and a half-used gym membership. You don't budget because you think budgeting is for broke people. You don't read about money because you think books are for beginners. You make six figures, so obviously you're a genius. And when something goes wrong, it's the market's fault, or bad luck, or just a rough month, because admitting you don't know would hurt your brand. So keep the pride high and the net worth low. Ego feels good until the bank says otherwise. Chapter 5. Numb the guilt with more work. You know deep down something's off, but instead of fixing it, just bury it. Work longer, take on more projects, say yes to every promotion. Join another late night Zoom call it grinding, because the busier you are, the less you have to feel. Drown the discomfort in dopamine and deadlines. Convince yourself that productivity is the same thing as progress. You don't have time to reflect. That's for people with balance. You don't have space to breathe. There's always another goal to chase. You don't even remember the last time you rested without guilt crawling in. Because if you slow down, you might notice the anxiety before payday, the quiet resentment toward your job, the creeping burnout hiding behind your I'm fine, that empty space between your achievements and your actual fulfillment. But hey, at least your calendar's full, your inbox is exploding, your LinkedIn is on fire, and your soul, well, it can wait. You're successful, right? Final truth. Being broke on a high income isn't about how much you earn, it's about how much you avoid. Avoid planning, avoid reflection, avoid discomfort, and most of all, avoid responsibility. But here's the catch. If you keep running from your money habits, they'll keep running your life. So maybe it's time to stop flexing and start facing. Because financial peace doesn't come from a bigger paycheck. It comes from clarity, self awareness, and building a system that fits you. If you're tired of earning more and still feeling stuck, take the free money mirror quiz, link in the description. It'll show you the real patterns behind your money decisions, the ones keeping you broke without even realizing it. And if you want more punchy, no fluff truths like this, hit subscribe. Because real wealth starts with a better mirror.